What's going on, everybody? Stock Jock here, up $32,232 today and $23,372 in the first hour of trading. And that's not even the best part. Best part is, in the first time in my trading career, I passed $1 million in profits within 1 year. So it took me 6 months this year to do it, which is insane because this point last year wasn't even close. So that's $1 million in profit in just under 6 months. Insane. If you look at last year, here's 2020. Let it load up. 2020, $901,000 is what I got to all year long. And it's freaking only June, just starting June. And I'm up $1 million. Absolute insane run. We're going to have lots to go over, lots of trades from this morning. Before I get into that, I want to invite you all to the free stream that I do, where all 6 months of this trading has been live. It's been live. Every trade's been live. There's no, oh, I bought this, and then I tell everybody. No, it's all live. You see it. I talk about the trade before I take it, the setup, everything. It's all live. And the best part for you is it's free. It is my way of giving back to the community. When I first started out trading, it was a long time ago, but there was no help unless you paid for that help. And the worst part I felt is you see all these people just starving for knowledge to do this. They would pay for things for money that they didn't have, and more than likely they would fail. And I didn't like that. It was heartbreaking, really, you know. I was one that made it during that time. I too had to pay money to earn bits and pieces of knowledge along the way for chat room this, chat room that, whatever. But I told myself that if I ever made it and I ever got to the point where I could stream my trades live, it would just be free. It'd be a stepping stone for someone else that's starting out that didn't have, $3,000, $5,000 a year to trade, to pay a chat room or whatever. I wanted to do it for free, and I am. That's what it is. It's my way of giving back to the community. Come join, be a part of us. We had 900 people in chat today, probably another 400 or 500 in Discord today. It's a great community. There's no strings attached. I'm not trying to sell you anything. There's no, free version is this, paid version is that. It's all together free. No strings attached. Come on in. The link for that Twitch stream is in the description box down below this video. Just scroll on down a little bit, find it, it's down there. So anyway, let's get into the trade, shall we? I'm so bad at this. Okay, so I always forget. Would you please like, subscribe, share the video, all that good stuff. Like my tweets on Twitter. It's just, that's my $1 million birthday wish. Would you please do that? All right, let's go into the trades. All right, so going over the first hour of trading, that got me to $23,372. So there's a few trades that helped me do that. Let's go over them. So big story. You got to step back, big picture, right? There's a big picture going on, and this is the meme stock time, all right? We're still in the meme craze, which is great because stocks are moving. I don't care what they are. I don't care what they're called. Right now, they're called the meme stocks. 2 years ago, it was the shippers. I mean, early 2021, it was the pot stocks. I don't care what it is. They're moving, and they're moving as a group. That's the overall theme. So if they're attached to that meme story, I want to be a part of it. And there's always that potential right now. The direction is up. There's always there's always the possibility on the big ones, the big heavy hitters, the GMEs, the AMCs, the BBBYs. They're always going to make potentially really big moves. So I was looking for that today, especially with GME gapping up and pushing that $300 barrier. I was like, if it breaks 300, looking at the daily chart, there's not much there. You got to room up to 350. And we eventually got that today. And thank goodness I was a part of that. But you don't know when it's going to start, right? So here we are pre-market. Makes this low. Right? It's actually a really good setup to the long side. Just didn't work out. So here's our low here. we have a bounce, and then we go candle under candle, and it bounces from here. And I'm like, oh, there we go. This is going to be a double bottom, and we're going to go through the freaking roof. We're going to break high a day here. We're going to go through 300 and to the freaking moon. It didn't work out that way. But nonetheless, I would take this trade probably 10 times out of 10. If I saw the same setup in the morning, a drop, putting in a low, a bounce, a candle under candle that bounced immediately off of here. So you have kind of a flat bottom, double bottom, whatever. Next candle over candle, I will always long in this kind of situation because it's kind of like a reversal. And especially in the morning, especially when there's potentially lots of volume, lots of people sitting around looking at this thing, wanting it to break 100. I mean, the story's there, everything's setting up for it. So I go long on the candle over candle. And typically right here, I want to see a massive move immediately up to the high of day, pushing the $300 barrier, whatever. I go long, I take 20 calls. I go kind of small, so normally I usually would do 40 calls. I took a half size because I wasn't sure it was going to work. And it didn't. So we get the candle over candle, and it just kind of is a dud. There's no volume that comes to this thing. And when that happens, that's kind of the sign, all right, time to get out because it's probably going to reverse and go lower. It did. And as it came back down, I got out. So I got in at 29.54, bought the $300 calls. I exited 10 at 29.64, so $100 win, and then 29.34 for $20 or 20-cent loss. So $200 loss. So it was net, it was a $100 loss. I drop now. So this next trade, it's very funny that when you watch it live, it's very funny what I say. I say, it's kind of the trade where it might chop you out a couple times before it eventually goes. And that's exactly what happened here. So I've been chopped out of this one time, about to get chopped out of it another time. So this one, so we have this ceiling that it created, this resistance line. We obviously have high day as a resistance area. And every time you break one of these resistance areas, you can expect kind of a pop. And that's kind of what I'm looking for here. In this case, pop through here, pop through high day, pop through 300 and to the freaking moon. Next. So what happens here is we go candle under candle, zero continuation to the downside again. So all this big hoopla to the downside, candle under candle, you get a bounce candle, candle under candle here. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't go to the low of the run at all. In fact, it bounces, then goes candle over candle, candle over candle. Now, what this candle doesn't represent, well, I guess it does, is it went candle under candle here and then immediately bounced up and then went candle over candle. And that's where I went long. So I don't normally do this, but sometimes I will. Looking again for the break of this area is what I'm looking for, this 294 break. So inside the same candle, it went candle under candle, did nothing, and then started shooting up like a rocket. I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm going long, candle over candle. Continuation after we've already went candle under candle in the same candlestick, shoots up, just opens up here, doesn't go. And in this case, I'm going to stop out on the candle under candle, which happened right here. And as you can tell with the candlestick, as soon as I exit, so this was a loss, I exited down here. I got in the $300 calls, 30, 50, 30, 16, $40 or 40 contracts total. Exited 28.86, 28.50. Nice loss. It's like three grand, 3.5, something like that. No, 4.5, something like that. $4,500 loser, whatever. And as soon as I exited, what happens? Shoots straight freaking back out. So as I see that, I'm like, okay, this is going now. I get back in. Gotta see these entries right here. We'll go over the exits. I get back in, $30, 30.20, right, on this candle. We break the horizontal I was looking for. We break the next horizontal I was looking at. We break 300, and then it just just jumps 12 bucks, 13 bucks. Insane move. And I'm selling as it's making this move. So I exited 20 of the contracts that I just bought. So I bought, again, the same $300 calls at $30 and $30.29. So 40 contracts total. I exited half at $34.75. So that's like just under $10,000 win on half of it, right? On half of it. Continues up. I sell another 10 at $37.23. So that's $7,000 winner just off of those 10 contracts. So we're up at $17,000 roughly off of this trade. Continues up more, and I sell 5 more contracts, $41.38. Another $6 grand off of those 5. And then a minute later, I sell another 3 contracts at 40 bucks. So $3,000 off of those 3 contracts. And we start coming down a little bit, and I sell the remaining 2. Oh gosh, no, wait. 45? Oh, I sold the rest in here. 44.55. Insane. $1,500 off of 1 contract, and then the last contract, 43.45. So I sold them all, the rest right here. Insane move. Watch this clip. All right. Went low, then went high, so I'm going to try that. 294 is still a level. It's one of those where it might chop you out for a couple times until it eventually goes. That's the problem here on this one. Yeah. Freaking A. Just gonna do it again to me. Four. Come on. Break it. Yep. Oh, baby. Let's freaking go, baby. Let's freaking go. We making that bank up in this joint. I'm making lots of money. Come on, baby. Come on. Who's your daddy? Who's your freaking daddy? 310. What's 310? What's 311? Let's go. I got 2 contracts left. Got a level of 334 and 350. And then the psychological levels.
What? What's that smell? The cologne?
Oh.
Opportunity.
No. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Who man? Party 38 rating just in time. Zani giving out 5 gifted subs. How much are we up? 18 freaking grand. Let's go, boys. AOSS just went high today. All out, boys. So this next raid, I'm trying to time when the 5-minute play would happen. So just how you see me always do the pop, pullback, candle over candle plays, you can do that on the 5-minute too, especially on really heavy volume, heavy trending stocks like GME, AMC, all those right now. So at this point in time, AIM or GME is in a pullback right now. This massive move up. We're in like a 10-minute pullback period. I was kind of trying to gauge the 5-minute candle over candle for an entry, and that's represented what is it, 331. Like, let's just put like 331 like right here. That's represented by that line there. So what we had here, I think I entered in, yeah. So we had this kind of downward move right back up to this level, and you have all these horizontals too. So I mean, as soon as you start breaking some, it's like going to be like domino effect. As you can kind of see, as it eventually did. But just timing it right, trying to anticipate it. I went small in this, I only went 10 contracts. It was a small loss. Geez, actually it was a $2,000 loss. Glad it was only 10 contracts. Anyway, right here. So big move back up after a move down, bounce the whole thing back up. I'm thinking, okay, bulls are in control again. Pull back, candle over candle entry right here. This is going to be the candle that shoots me back into this level, breaks through all these, and we're back in, going for that 350 level. It didn't do that. It failed the 1 minute, didn't go anywhere, and then started pulling back down, and I exited as it was coming back down. Didn't go when I thought it was going to go, cut it loose, move on. It was only 10 contracts. Those 10 contracts cost me $2,000. It is what it is. It still hasn't given up this 9 EMA here on the 1 minute. It's trying to hold that. 327 might entry. Might. I'm gonna try it. Doesn't go, it doesn't go. 5-minute play is going to be 331 here in just a second. Yep, going the wrong way, Ollie. Yep, no. So still looking for the same level to break. I just this turned into a W play. So let me explain that a little bit. So this is where I just failed that 1 minute play. Well, it finally went, and it did what we call a W. So a move, oops. Jeez, come on. Let's just get rid of that. Okay. A move down, followed by the candle over candle, fail. Didn't continue up, right? Didn't move back up. It failed, a retest of support, and then goes. It's what we call a W pattern in my chat. And the breakout level is when that peak breaks in the middle. Where it failed before, when you come back through it and break, that's the W play. So this turned into a W play. And when it came back through this level right here, I went long again. And again, looking for all these levels that I had drawn to break and trying to find out which one holds. In this case, unfortunately, the 5-minute candle over candle didn't lead way to a big rip. The W got me a nice rip, but it came up to this peak right here, found resistance, and started pulling back. So I went long here, got this break, stalled out at this level, and as it was coming back down through this candlestick, I sold. So what I did is I bought 10 or 20 contracts total, 34.93 for 34.93 of the 350 calls. Sold one lot at 35.97 for a $1,000 win, and the other lot, as it was coming back down, I sold for 35.04, so a $140 win. $28. That's the level. Broke it. Let's go 331. 331 is the 5-minute. $250, 330. Yep, there we go. There we go. That's all I got. $60. Pushing it, 79. 32. Broke it. Wow. Back to where I was. So still working in this area here. Still looking for a high day push out of GME if I can get it. Got that break, pull back, candle over candle over candle is where I entered in here. Not the greatest of entries, but what took me, what I was thinking is this horizontal breaking sends it into these horizontals, sends us high a day. Sorry, I'm a little tired. So I'm like, oh man, surely this goes. Surely this goes. And it was like, oh man, got this nice kind of rising support through here. Maybe it's like an ascending triangle. Surely if you can break this 34.69 level, it goes to high a day. High a day breaks, we go on into the 340s and maybe 350. I'm lucky. My entry was good. I saw a lot of buying coming in on this on the time and sales. You'll see this area right here. It'll start flashing green when I run the live clip. And I wanted to get in. I pushed the buy button at the right time. However, I got a very slow fill. I don't know if that was lag on my end, lag on E-Trade's end. It doesn't matter. It happens occasionally. Once in a blue moon. It was just really bad. I hit the buy button. 5 seconds later, my order goes through. So now I get a high fill. So I didn't get to take advantage of the profit here. In fact, it went up to this level, found resistance, and started pulling back. And it was just a sheer loss. And I had to take it off. I mean, this candlestick looks horrible. It looks up, I mean, shooting star as it gets. Like it's going to break the support and just, collapse. It didn't. It ripped one more time, but did not look good. So I went long the 350 calls, 38.55, 39.45. So a dollar spread between my buys here. And I exited 30 in lots of 5, 37.42, 37.29, 36.97, and 37. So about this knocked me down just under $4,000 on that trade. Holy trade, that was a slow ass fill, bud. That was a slow freaking fill. That was a slow fill. I was gonna hurt. Juice filled me so slow. That was gonna hurt. Literally 5 seconds after I click the button, the order goes in. This next trade is a news play. This one came from Benzinga. Link for that is down below as well. You won't be able to hear the audio alert I hear because I don't stream it. I'm not allowed to. But the news was NKLA was tweeting something about how they think that whatever the government did, blah, 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 was good for hydrogen. They're in the hydrogen business. So their stock went up. And I got it when I ever hear anything positive being reported, whether it's just a tweet or anything, it's something I want to keep my eye on NKLA. Sorry, inside joke on NKLA. Anyway, NKLA, because it's heavily shorted and it does tend to pop on any kind of news. So you can kind of see that volume came in right here, 700,000 shares, 700,000 shares. I get in on this candlestick here. I get 8,000 shares at 2000. These are lots of 2000. 1839, 1843, 1840, and 1839. So roughly right here, right at that level. Gets the pop up, continues on up through the 850 level. That's all I was kind of looking for. I start scaling out as it hits those levels. 4,000 shares at 1864, 2,000 shares at 1816, and 2,000 shares at 1871 through that level. So nice win. Cool. Just saying some kind of release is positive for hydrogen. That's what they seemingly do. So going back to GME, still looking for a big move on this. And, you know, we had this rising support kind of connected the dots like this. And we started to come down here and I was like, okay, well, we bounced off it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Surely the 5th time we'll bounce off of here. So I got kind of cheeky and I did something I don't normally do, which is buy support. Bought 10 contracts, went quarter size because I don't typically do this. And typically when I do buy support, it never works. And this is one case where it didn't work. Bought 10 contracts, 36.25. And what did it do? It broke the diagonal that was created here, and it broke a horizontal with it. And I was like, oh, all right, we're going to go to the downside here. We're not going to go high today. This candle's nasty. This looks like it wants to pull back. Next thing we're going to do, break this one, then we're going to go break this one, and then it's all over. So I sell my position for like a $600 loss, $700 loss. Sold it, and then I immediately flipped short. I don't typically do that, but I did it in this case, and sure enough, once I freaking go short, it bounces right back inside the support area. So I only went 5 contracts on the short side because I didn't trust any of this stuff. And I immediately, when it started to bounce, I immediately covered up that. I only went 5 contracts. This is in at 27.78, out 26.89. So, you know, 5 contracts isn't going to kill me, but it is a dollar move. So here's those trades. 326. See if it breaks down there. No. Wow. So there's two trades on this one. Again, I go long, doesn't work out, and immediately flip short. So again, we're still looking at this as like a ascending triangle with potentially a bear trap, right? That's what I'm thinking. So it doesn't break to the downside. Think of it as a drop, a bounce, candle under candle. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't go to the low of the run. Doesn't continue to any other horizontals. Nothing to the downside. In fact, it bounces right here. So I'm like, okay, candle over candle. I'm gonna take that. Looking for a break here. Then maybe some other horizontal. Maybe it gets going then. So as this candle goes candle over candle right there, I go long. Immediately break the high of the little mini run that we're on, which is this peak. Like, okay, feeling good about it. I go long. Let's see, what is this? Right here, I take 20 contracts, 34.92. The 350 calls again. Sell half at 36.17, small win. Sell the other half 36.14 because what happens is immediately starts no follow through. Volume doesn't come into it, and then it starts coming back down. I sell them out real quick, real tight. As it's coming back down in a big way, breaking this level, I'm thinking that level's about to break. I go short. I flip short immediately. I buy puts. I buy 20 puts, 27.92, 27.62. Thinking, all right, now we're going to go down. Surely now we're going to go down. And we do. We break that level. But it doesn't collapse like I thought it was going to do. That's one of my rules. If it doesn't do what you thought it was going to do, cut it loose. Because something else is going on that you missed. Could be a bigger picture, be a bigger time frame, something else at play, news, who knows. Didn't do what you thought it was going to do, cut it loose, move on. So as we break these levels, it doesn't start collapsing. I'm like, okay, I'm taking my profit if I have any. In this case, it was a loss. So I get in with the puts, 27.92, 27.62, sell at 27.42, 27.31. So loss on that. So 1 minute to the top, so that didn't do anything. Oh, there you go. There you go, 330, there you go. Now let's go. Let's get back on it. What can you do? Ooh, right back down. Taking it off. Is that going to be it? Is that what it needed? Move lower. 326 break. Let's go. 18. Right there. $50, $20, $18. Come on. This is it. Broke it. Nothing really happening. 325 broke. Okay. I'm all up. All right. So remember that phrase from earlier in the video about chop you around sometimes before it finally makes its move? That's this, right? So fails to move down. Gets that whole diagonal break to the downside. Doesn't do anything. Comes right back up in a big way, right? Big way coming right back up. I'm like, okay, fine. We've got a level there. We got a level there. You start breaking this, we go high a day to the moon, right? Back into orbit. This could be viewed as a big bear trap. Loving it. It comes back up. I see it coming back up in rocket ship form. I'm like, okay, you look like you're in like 331.50. I'm long. And that is exactly what happens. Boom. We break that level. We break this level. Domino, domino, domino. Break that level, break this level, break high a day. This line is high a day, right? All in that. So when that happens, 340, there was a big seller there. On the way up, I sell half. So I get in at 35.96, 36.20, 20 contracts total. Thought I took 40, but I took 20. Sold half at 39.65, so about just under a $4 win, just under 4,000 shares or $4,000 on the first half. And on the second half, I exited at 39.10 for $3 win and 39.90, so just under $4 win on the second half. So nice big win on the second half there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 334. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I only took 20 calls. Son of a bitch. All right, 340. Or 338, sorry. Why is high they said 340? $338, there it goes. 339, 340. There's lots there. Are we gonna break through it? I don't know. Taking half off though, that's for sure. All right, well, longs know that there's a wall at 340 and they're not scared. So just a matter of when we break through it, or test it again, I should say. Failed breakdown, W on the 5-minute, bouncing off the 9. It's got room to 350. Here's 339, 340 attempt again.
Come on.
Thought I had 40 contracts on that. Now I had 20. All right, there's your 340 break. All right. Can you hold that break? Can you hold it? And it's all over the place there. What did I get to? 343. Psychological level, it's going to be 345. CLOV still going. Ooh, they're coming in there. They're coming in there. I'm out. Dang it. And this last trade, this one is a news play, PRPO. I can't remember what the news was. You can kind of see the news spike here. Nope, that's not it. This is it over here. Big old spike on news. When I get in it, I got in kind of a bad fill up high. Kind of runs out of gas. I end up selling for a loss. Didn't like how all this volume came into it. Relatively low flow, 22 million shares outstanding. Just couldn't move more than 15 cents. And I was like, So I got in roughly 397, 6,000 shares. Exited 394, 392, 390. Small loss. That end of the morning, $23,372. Really solid morning. Great day again. This is the day where I crossed $1 million for the first time in a year. I have over $1 million in gains total in my trading career, obviously, but doing it within 6 months or under 6 months is certainly my first. So, yeah, special day. Anyway, if you've made it this far, please let me know down in the comments down below so I can say, hey, appreciate you sticking around. And for the rest of you, please join me in Twitch chat tomorrow as we trade live in the stock market. I will see you guys there. PRPO headline. The sellers, man. No, thank you. Big headline, million shares of volume. There's crap tons of sellers waiting for it.